Are you completely lost when it comes to analyzing your food diary? Would you like to understand how to analyze the data collected to adjust your habits and reduce the impact of your menopause symptoms on your quality of life? From personal experience, I can confirm that keeping track of my food intake has made a huge difference in my life. I think the most important thing is that I am fully aware of the effect of my food intake on my metabolism, mostly because my visual reference has become my little inner voice. I've already said that 75% of women who responded to my little in-house survey said they don't use food diary. And out of the 25% who do, 60% of them didn't know what to write down. So, what is the percentage who know how to analyze the data? Well, I don't know, but I suspect it's really not that many. So, anyways, this vlog follows up on 3 others. The list of all the elements you need to make an in-depth analysis of your eating habits. So, what do you do with that? How does it work? What connection can you make between the data? Let's recap. So, the essential items to include in your food diary are wake up time, time you get out of bed, meal time, list of food and quantity for each meal, list of beverages and quantity for each meal, the time and the list of all snacks, time you go to bed, bedtime, and 7 other common stressful situation, travel, and so on. You will analyze that data 5 different ways. You will look at the data from 5 different angles. The first one, mealtime versus fasting time. The second way you're going to look at it is the food. The third one is the quantity. The fourth one is hydration, beverage, and alcohol. Other comments, number 5, mental health, activity level, and so on. So, how it works. Mealtime versus fasting time. As I've already referred to our body as a vehicle that transports us from one day to the next, it is essential to ensure that this vehicle is well maintained. To do an oil change or any other maintenance, we must stop the car. We must stop the vehicle and turn it off. You will not pull windshield washer in your car while you're driving down the highway. You will not change your winter tires while driving as well. So in general, our complete digestion cycle takes between 30 and 40 hours. Okay, so I've already said that the purpose of our food and nourishment is to feed the cells. Our digestive system is the gateway to these nutrients. Its job is specifically to transform the food into nutrient and make sure that it is distributed throughout our body. In addition, our digestive system has the role of expelling toxins from our body. Our body needs energy to accomplish these tasks. So the best time for these tasks is when your body is at rest. You could say while you sleep. Does our lifestyle allows us to sleep 40 hours in a row to ensure we got a good digestion? Not really. But if we say that between your last meal and your first meal, there should be at least 12 hours. Do you think that would help to give your body a chance to do its digestive work, its job? If you look at the data from another angle, you could also say that the feeding window, meaning the time between your first meal and your last meal, also has an impact on the quality of your digestion. Let's say you eat breakfast at 6:30, and then at 10:30 you have a snack, and then you have lunch around 12:30. Oof, a little snack around 3:30 again, and then at 6:30 you eat dinner. You're sitting in front of the TV, 8:30 p.m., you eat a little something, and guess what? At 2:30 in the morning, You wake up, you eat again. It's too much. It makes no sense. Do you see where I'm getting at? In this case, your eating window would be close to 20 hours. When does it have time? When does your body has time to digest? What's stopping you from going for a walk at break time as opposed to eat yogurt and put cereals and little fruit and little bit of this and maple syrup and blah, blah, blah. You need to, energy food when you are going to back to sit at your desk. You need this sugar. Instead, energize your body, get some fresh air, pump the blood, go for gas exchange outside. I think I've demonstrated the analysis of this specific data: mealtime, meal frequency, feeding window, and fasting hours. Some of you will say, yes, but I get sugar craving. And others will say, yeah, but I get so tired 2-3 hours after I eat lunch. I need a boost, big time. That's another problem. That's another matter. And it's part of the second analysis of your food diary. The food itself, what you eat, the variety, the food groups. The most recent Canadian Foods Guide suggests 4 groups: fruit and veggies, gain products, dairy and substitute, and meat and substitute. The variety of our food is important for taste, texture in our mouth, visual, and etc. If not, then we will just eat the same thing all the time. Another way to analyze your food is to subdivide it in a different way. Okay, you can divide it in your food group, in your 4 food group, or you can do protein, pulse, dairy, nuts and seed, veggies, low glycemic index, veggies with high glycemic index, fruit, 2 different categories with high and low glycemic index, starch, oils and fat. Be careful, animal or plant-based fat. My goodness, it gets a bit confusing. Another way you can analyze it is to separate carbohydrate, protein, fat. But some items contain all 3 of them. So, it gets really complicated. As I said before, we discovered in the 1950s that food in high lipid, high fat, are amongst those that support us the longer, as opposed to food with a high carbohydrate content. Food craving will disappear, okay, or be more under control. But if you eat food with lots of carb, and you do an activity right after, it's okay. It's good, it's a lot of work. Add to that the fibers, which is, to help our bowel system, our bowel movement. Then you would need to take into account how much fiber you actually eat. Vegetables and fruits are very rich source of fiber, depending on their nature. Recently, the popularity of certain food plans has resulted in people consuming very little fiber. Luckily, we can find fiber in a powder version, like psylliums or ground flaxseed and so on. You can easily add those to your recipes. But if you choose, some will go the other route to consume fiber as a supplement in an artificial way. Read the product label and make sure that it contains as little sugar or carb as possible, and be aware that taking fiber supplement over time can contribute to developing a lazy transit. So people ask me, so what do I eat for breakfast? My questions to you is, what do you eat for dinner to support your body until your breakfast or your next meal? Like a car, it will run, but will it run smoothly? Okay. There are food that clogs up your system. You also need to consider this in your analysis. Next item is quantities. I don't want to elaborate too much on this point because I've covered it, I believe, plenty in the part 2 of this 4 series. So by choosing food with nutritional values adapted to your need, you will eat less and make sure you don't overload your digestive system. Your needs should take into account your age, especially when you're talking about a growth period, your body composition, level of physical activity, and your health concern as well. List of beverages and quantities. I can never say enough that the only essential beverage for your body is water. I have never seen an animal in the wild drinking anything else than water. If there's a cocktail bar for animals, let me know, I want to see that. Any beverage containing an ingredient must be digested. Okay, so since the beverages must be digested, they add work to your digestive system. And it may not leave enough water to help for the transit. Okay, so some drinks have even a negative effect on the minerals essentials to your equilibrium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and calcium in your body. So to know how much water you should drink every day, I invite you to watch the video on the subject. How much water do you need to drink every day? I'm giving you my best, simple, free home test you can do, and you'll figure it out. Last item is other comments. So the analysis will allow you to make the link between your mental state, happy, joyful, depressed, blah, 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 and your habits. You may discover trends that may be similar to eating orders. In this case, I invite you to consult a professional and you will have the data to share with him or her, which could perhaps accelerate your diagnosis and establish a healing protocol. In this section, it is in this space of your food diary, you will be able to plan your diet, like all-day skiing. You know, it will have an impact on what it is that you want or you can't eat. An outing at the restaurant will have an impact. You can just adjust your diet the rest of the day to enjoy your meal. Many restaurants will also have their menu online, so you can easily decide in advance how you can adjust your eating plan that day so you enjoy a special occasion, and so on and so forth. So here are my 3 tips to help you, since the food diary analysis can be a little complicated. Number 1, no matter what form of food diary you use, be diligent, accurate, do not cheat. Second, using a mobile app will help you analyze your food and make this a lot easier. Number 3, finally, you can use a combination of mobile application, one for meal times or intermittent fasting, one for food analysis, another one for physical activity log. Some of them will even have multiple function. So it's really a great tool. In closing, I would like to point out that taking certain medication can have an impact on your appetite. So keep that in mind, okay? At this point, I did have a lot to talk about food. I mean, I did not talk about the nutritional value, vitamins and minerals and so on, okay? That's the subject of another video. If you have any questions or wish to have a personalized analysis of your eating habits, do not hesitate to contact me. My name is Louise Therrien. I'm a naturopath and a menopause coach. My mission is to accompany women in their transition for them to better understand symptoms of menopause, learn how to manage them so they can maintain a good quality of life, their health, and remain productive. I also invite you to watch other videos about tricks to improve your digestion, how much water do you need to drink, and so on my YouTube channel. Good luck and thank you. Have a great day.